Hello and welcome to today's edition of the News in Brief. In the headlines, Supreme Court declines Mahama's application to reopen his case in the 2020 presidential election petition. He has subsequently filed an application for a review of the February 11 ruling and stay of proceedings. Roads Minister nominee says government will start dualising major highways in Ghana. News in Brief is brought to you by
Graphic Communication is giving you the opportunity to have news not only in hard copy but also in a digital form. Download your Graphic News Plus now and choose your preferred package daily, weekly, monthly, and annually, and access free news on various interest areas as well. Graphic News Plus, connecting people through news.
And now the details. The Supreme Court has dismissed an application by former President John Mahama to reopen his case in the ongoing 2020 presidential election petition. In a unanimous decision, the court held that he could not provide any evidence to justify the attempt to reopen his case.
Mr. Mahama had sought to subpoena the chairperson of the Electoral Commission, Mrs. Jean Mensah, to testify as a hostile witness, but the court said Mrs. Mensah was not on trial before the court for her to testify. The hearing has been adjourned to Thursday, February 18.
As we've already indicated in this ruling supra, the petitioner in this application has not given us an inkling of the new or fresh evidence he wants to bring to the fore through the chairperson of the first respondent and how that evidence could assist the court to do justice in the matters under consideration in this petition. Neither has he disclosed how that evidence will advance the course of his petition. For the above stated reasons, we find no merit whatsoever in the petitioner's application to reopen his case for the sole purpose of compelling his adversary's intended witness to testify through a subpoena without indicating the sort of evidence he intends to solicit from the said witness and how that evidence is going to help the court in resolving the dispute before us. We accordingly refuse the application and proceed without any hesitation to dismiss him.
Mr. Mahama, after the ruling, has filed for a review of the February 11 ruling which upheld the EC's decision not to call witnesses to testify. In addition to the review application, Mr. Mahama has also filed for a stay of proceedings pending the determination of the review application.
I wish to notify your lordship that we have filed this morning, just this in the last half hour. So we have filed an application for review of your ruling of 11th February. And in connection with that, we are also filing an application for stay of proceedings pending the hearing of that review application. And no doubt the next steps in this case will be dependent on those applications.
And as usual, spokespersons for the petitioner and the second respondents spoke to pressmen after Tuesday's hearing.
The court to say that we were bound by law to make our evidence available for it to assess before allowing us to reopen our case is a legally problematic proposition. And therefore, we disagree with the court. We think that the court, by this decision, has not done the people of this country a great service, in the sense that Ghanaians are interested in knowing the truth. Our constitution is very clear that justice emanates from the people and must be exercised in the name of and for the welfare of the people.
Now, they continue to make this argument that the Supreme Court is shielding the EC chair or preventing her from getting into the box. The court has said over and over again, and we hope that our colleagues on the other side will pay attention to what the court is saying. The court has said that you cannot compel her to get into the box. She will elect. Indeed, your own argument earlier was that she had elected to get into the box. And the court, after listening to the argument, showed that no election had taken place. So that argument falls flat on its face.
Away from the court, the minister designate for roads and highways, Kwesi Amoakwata, has indicated that the government will focus on the dualization of some major highways in the country for the next 4 years. He said this when he appeared before the appointment committee's hearing in Parliament on Tuesday.
Mr. Chairman, as I indicated, the realization of major roads is on the top agenda of His Excellency the President and government, and is even late by but better late than never. Yes, it's going to be a major challenge, but wherever there is the will, there is always the way. We are currently working on Accra-Kumasi dualization, and because of this year, it's going to be intensified. And by the close of the year, hopefully, Ghanaians will see major work on that stretch.
Interior Minister Designate Ambrose Derry was also vetted by Parliament.
Gambling, if at all, should be restricted to certain places for elite who want to go and do whatever they want to do within the law. But the villages, we engage Ministry of Local Government and district assemblies. We need to save our children. All of us, I'm sure, have seen it. You go campaigning in the village and you go to a petrol bar and you find some piece of equipment there. So we have been trying to check it. One way is that we began opening offices all over the country. We got Tamale now, Shabalga, and the rest of them. We need to get the technical people in there. But yes, I'll welcome a law that will check that, because we cannot have a nation of gamblers.
Thank you for watching. We see you again tomorrow with another edition. Stay safe and protect yourself from COVID-19. For more news, visit graphic.com.gh or log on to Facebook at Daily Graphic and on YouTube at Graphic GH. I'm Mahama Befi.